Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jindra, ma'am.
Jai Jinendra. Saurabh. What time is there at the Australian time?
7:30 in the evening, ma'am.
अच्छा अच्छा ठीक है और
आप साता में हैं, मैम?
yes yes देव गुरु कृपा
Ma'am, today I'm feeling so blessed and so blissful. आपसे मिलके to see ऐसे and to come in contact with you, to touch your feet, to feel you, the same air is completely different.
yeah today I was at Mylapore, which is the place where Aarti and Shanti and Renu, all three of them Paramagam students, they live.
Me too,
And
ma'am.
Shanti sir, huh?
Me too, ma'am.
Padma
कौन
Priya
नाम?
also. Padma Priya.
You live in Mylapore? Oh, I
That's
didn't
my
know that. But you
hometown,
didn't
ma'am.
you didn't come then?
Currently, she is not in Mylapore, I think, ma'am. She is living in UK, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, Aarti. Yes, ma'am.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am.
Correct.
Ram sir, today your friend Shanti sir has
But yeah,
posted
but
me at Mylapore.
he lately informed me, man. Otherwise, I'll be there, ma'am.
What? Your grandchild kept you busy.
You know, he didn't inform me. If it inform me means I will be there, ma'am.
Oh,
Acha,
okay.
Without fail, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And last week I saw, what the ticket. It will go for another year, madam.
Another 3 years. You have to bear with me.
At April 13 also we are going to meet.
Yes, we all are going. We are going to be together
Yeah.
for 5 days, 5-6 days. Yes.
No, last week I met you. No, it's a full meals for me. It will go for some more days.
Acha. You're talking like that. Anyway, it was really nice meeting Aarti, Shanti, Renu, almost after a gap of 2-3 years.
So,
Okay.
Yes.
ma'am, in just 15 minutes, I think what a presentation, and it was so intense. Please share the PDFs, ma'am. And that encounter word, though, is just stuck up here.
Yes. I made the presentation that I had made at the Vatican. They wanted me for my
Jai
visit to
Jinendra,
the
ma'am.
Vatican. Yes.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am.
Jai Jinendra. So I wish Shanti and Renu were here. I would acknowledge. And they gave me a beautiful Namokar mantra. I'll keep it, use it, chant it. Yes, and it was the Mylapore Samaj that did the felicitation, and Aarti was there and everything. Good.
And just 1 second, I will take ma'am to just share it with everybody that matlab from heart, what I felt, one word today, what I felt was my Priya ma'am is my Guru Mata. So when you go to your mom's place, how happy you come back, those who are in Sasural. So it's like that joy after meeting Priya ma'am. So for me, Priya ma'am is my Guru Mata. That's the new word for me to ma'am ko ab se I will call only Guru Mata.
Aarti ma'am, she is my Sadguru ma'am.
Yeah. She is. We are very, very, very blessed, ma'am. No words at all. It's like बहुत पुण्य किया होगा that we are all. I think this, especially पुण्य है तभी परमागम में we are sitting. That too in front of
Yes,
you.
I was so humbled when she called me that. I didn't know. I was just melting, and then I don't know what I said. We all are equal. I said we all are equal.
No, ma'am. It just came from within. It was that inner voice, not at all, thought of so much, nothing. That inner voice, instant voice. When I saw you, I just felt, I still feel that the touch of your feet, I am still feeling that.
But I didn't like you having late, waking up late till night and pushing yourself hard Just recently we lost Godhaji, and today we have lost one more Shastri ji at a very young age.
Yes,
So there is one beautiful saying in Ayurveda which says Jeeved Sharada Shatam. That means for 100 years you should know how to use your organs, your body, and not be deceased. Because if they are deceased, they are not happy, means you cannot reach the happiness of the soul. So your body is the vehicle, you should know to take care of it, follow the nature's clock.
yes,
नींद नहीं आ रही है तो भी सो जाना, आंख पे पट्टी गीली पट्टी डाल के. Don't push yourself. You see already then you will suffer. Then आर्त ध्यान होगा, रोग निदान, चिंता निदान, आर्त ध्यान होगा, धर्म ध्यान, शुक्ल ध्यान नहीं आएगा. So it is our duty to take care of the body also, along with the soul. That you should not miss. I think this should be helping you in some ways.
Yes.
So maybe there was a destiny that I should come there and give you this tip today.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And
Right.
ma'am, whenever you're free, whatever today you presented, we can have it here in our class also. I'm sure.
So that I have to sit with my laptop and relay the PDF.
Whenever it is
Anytime.
feasible.
I can do one thing, every day in the department we have the classes. The second year students, the first year students, other batches of Parmagam students, all have been asking me about my trip to Vatican, and I could not report to them also. So we'll have one meeting and I'll call all the batches.
Yes.
And then एक साथ हो जाएगा सबके लिए.
Yeah, done, ma'am.
I know.
That would be nice.
So एक साथ सबके लिए हो जाएगा. It will take at least 1 hour to tell you many things. So yeah, that I should be doing it.
Yeah. Thank you
So
so much.
sooner the better. Sooner the better. So one of you take the initiative. Let us not disturb our class hours. Someday like this 2 to 4 we can fix up, and then we can have the meeting. Next week I'm traveling to Delhi. So I'll be in Delhi for a workshop on Prakrit language. So I don't know, next Sunday. What is the date, sir? Next Sunday, 19th. Huh? Yeah.
Ma'am, April 1st week, till then we can arrange everything, fix the timing. April 1st week.
You just have to prepare one Zoom link, जैसे आज का है, and give one message. That message will be floated to everybody, and all of you can meet everybody in the class. So it will be a great get-together kind of a thing, So across the batches, people meeting. Say I'm doing at least 4-5 batches of Parmagam, including the temporary batch, 4 batches. फिर मेरे जेनोलॉजी के 2 बैच, प्राकृत के 2 बैच, फिर एलुमनाई ग्रुप, फिर एक हमारा डिस्कशन ग्रुप. तो ऐसे करके सबको बुला करके एक साथ we can do it.
Let us
So
know
that
when are you free, ma'am?
energy of talking again and again and again.
Yes. Let us know the date when you are free. So accordingly, we'll.
So I think next Sunday itself we can do it if it is not 19th. Today is 12th, no? So 13th, 14th. Yeah, next Sunday.
It is 19th.
Yeah, it is 19th. Sunday is 19th. Okay.
Yes.
So night is only my train. Night is only my train. So we can have it next Sunday. So one of you take the initiative, prepare the message and send it. Zoom link ke saath. I'll float it. I'll edit it and then we'll float it. Okay. And then I'll sit with my laptop with the PPT and all the details, everything, and then we'll do it.
Yes.
Okay. Over the mobile, I can't share it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Huh? Who is this? Okay.
I said thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Sorry, you had to tell me and then I had to take the initiative. Otherwise, I had gone. Anyway, how are you all doing? All safe and sound?
Good, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Pratna kar lete and then we'll start. What pratna shall we do? What pratna shall we do? Something new. Something new. I'll get my Stuti book. One second. Yes. मेरे सामने महावीर पूजन की स्तुति आई है. I'll do it with that. जो मोह माया मान मात्सर मदन मर्दन वीर है, जो विपुल विघ्नों बीच में भी ध्यान धारण धीर है, जो तरण तारण भव निवारण भव जलधि के तीर है, वे वंदनीय जिनेश तीर्थंकर स्वयं महावीर है. Jai Jinesh. Well, I don't know who has written this pujan. I think it is Bharil.
Bharil ji, sir.
Yes.
Ma'am,
yes.
Bharil ji. It is at the back page of Sanlek Maran, the book he's written.
Yes. Yes. And I am having with me Karlo Jinwar ki pujan book. Then I am having Adhyatma Pujanjali, Jinendra Pujan, Mangal Bhakti Suman, Pratishtha Pujanjali. So many things, so many. So what is the meaning of this Mahavir Pujan? It is again eology to Prabhu Mahavir. It says, one who has conquered Moha, Maya, Man, Matsara, okay, and Madana. Madana is kya bole? Lust. है ना, मर्दन कर दिया इनको, सब मरोड़ के फेंक दिया. He is just finished them off. है ना, मर्दन करने में he is वीर, he is so courageous to be with his pure soul that all of these got finished. And surrounded by all kinds of vipul vigna. Vipul matlab बहुत सारे, many. Vigna means obstacles coming on the path of his spiritual evolution. Still he remained in ध्यान. ध्यान को धारण करने में वो वीर है. To remain steadfast in the contemplation of the soul, he was that courageous. जो तरण तारण भव निवारण. He himself has what to say, he swam across the ocean of transmigration, and whoever understands him and takes refuge in his words will also be able to come out of the cycle of transmigration. Bhava Nivaran means getting rid of the cycle of rebirth. Bhava Jaladhi means the ocean of transmigration. Ke tir hai. He's come on the shore of the cycle or ocean of transmigration. Ve Vandaniya Jinesh. He is worthy of our praise. He's a Jinesh, he's a Jineshwar, he is Tirthankar, and he is Swayam Mahavir. Not the name Mahavir, but he is a Mahavir, like that. Okay? So that's the
Thank you, ma'am.
Every day we'll try
Very
to
nice.
do a new stuti. You all also can do. Now I request you all to take out Mokshmar Prakashak. Mokshmar Prakashak, chapter 8. And we have to do Dravyanuyog and Charnanuyog Vidhan. It is, first I will do Dravyanuyog Vidhan, and it is on page number 284. I started with it, and halfway I just, our time was up, so I had to conclude. Okay, so can somebody tell me what we are doing? What is this chapter we are doing all about? Anybody? Where is our Paras sir?
Yes, ma'am. Very much.
Paras bhai is here. Paras bhai is here.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Shobha madam is there. No, she's not there.
And
Rita is
process
there.
of reading the scriptures.
Pardon?
Process of reading. Process
Yes.
of reading the scriptures we are doing.
Methodology of scriptural study. Okay. What is the method? So please keep yourself muted. See, this chapter is divided into 4-5 parts. The first part spoke about the prayojan of 4 anuyog. Prayojan means purpose. And second, it will tell us about the methodology of the 4 anuyog. Then third part is divided into small parts. It says what is the, again, Paddhati. Paddhati is again the, what to say?
Technique.
Yeah, again, this is the ancillary techniques. Ancillary techniques, like beautification, you have chand, alankar, grammar, and prose style, poetry style, all that. Then it talks about the grammar and the logic. Next part talks about the grammar and logic ka prayojan. Should we study logic? Should we study grammar? Should we study the languages? What is the prayojan of that? Then next part says that in Anuyog, there is no dosh and no kalpana. They are not imaginary things stuffed into these 4 Anuyog study. So they are all real, factual, and contextual. Contextually, you have to look at the texts, okay? And you have to look at them relatively. Relatively, है ना, न्याय आदि से उनको देखना है. So there is no dosh, and they are taking again each Anuyog and telling you. In the Prathama Anuyog, no dosh and no imagination. Then in Karnanuyog, no dosh, no imagination. In third Charananuyog, no dosh, no imagination. Then he himself is asking a question that in Dravyanuyog, no dosh, and like again the 4 Anuyog, he is taking heading wise, and he is telling you that please, not please, whatever I'm stating you is all factual, real, beneficial, useful, wholesome, but you have to understand it the way it should be understood and not according to your whims and fancies. Otherwise, you will miss the bus of Ratnatraya. We will remain in Mithya Darshan, and again we'll remain in Samsara. Then he is telling what is the use of grammar and Nyaya ki upyogita kya. And then he says that sometimes the 4 Anuyogs may seem to be contradicting each other. Like in Dravyanuyog, they'll say, don't do anything. In Charananuyog, they'll say, do everything. So it may look contradictory, but how they are not contradictory, that has been explained towards the end of the around 5-6 pages. It goes on and on. He is trying to help us understand again. And then last one, he says, in what order should we study the Anuyog? So these are the contents of this chapter. Is it clear, dear friends?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Ha, bolo. Who is this? Now it will be easy for you to study. So we have finished the first part where we spoke about the prayojan of 4 Anuyog, and we started with the vidhan or the method of Prathamanuyog and Karnanuyog we finished. Today we'll try to do Dravyanuyog and Charananuyog. That much time only we'll have. And the remaining chota parts, I request you all to take it up for your Gandhar. For your Gandhar, you will do it, and then I will add the comments to it. Is it clear? So you read the English, you listen to my Friday lectures, where I finish this portion before I come to this class. So from there also you can get the hints, and then you can prepare your Gandhar, and you can also listen to any other Panditji scholar on the topic, Sanjeev Ji Godha or Pandit Sumat Prakash Ji, Bharil sir. There are the legacy of speakers who have given lectures on Mokshamar Prakashak. From there also you can prepare your notes and come. So now you have to come out of your comfort zone, do that little extra thing. Okay, clear? Now please take Dravyanuyoga Vidhan. Even though I have done little, I'll quickly tell you what it is. First of all, in Dravyanuyog, they talk about the 7 tattvas and the Navapadarth, Shad Dravya, everything. As they are, without mixing it with anything else. Okay, when 2 or more things are mixed and spoken about, then it will come as what? Vyavar. But Dravyanuyoga total Vishay is Nishchay, the reality. Like gold in the alloy form is gold only. Alloy hai to hai, rehne do. It's just a matter of time. I've seen the gold and I will just process it and take out the gold. But if I keep telling alloy is there, and don't work on the gold and process it, then I won't get the benefit of it. So Dravyanuyog, see, 4 Anuyog will recognize the Jeev is mixed with Karma, etc. But the focus of Dravyanuyog is the Shuddha Jeev. And बाकी सबको नए में गौण कर दिया. गौण कर दिया मतलब सेकेंडरी है तो है, रहने दो, बट शुद्धात्मा तो है, उसको पहचान. Okay, so it is like that Arjun shooting the bull's eye, the arrow. He doesn't see anything else. You all know that story, right? Dronacharya, Kaurav, Pandav testing everybody, and then he calls them up and asks, "What do you see?" And everybody says, "We see everything. We see that." Somebody said, "We see the tree." Somebody said, "Oh, Gurudev, I see you. I see everybody." Then he said, "All of you go and sit." And when Arjun came, he said, "I don't see anything. I see only my target. You don't see me. No, I don't see you." So is it an insult of the Guru or the obedience of the Guru? You become so focused in your Atma that even Dev, Guru, Shastra, everything stand outside the kingdom of the pure soul that we are. Then only we will get Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gyan. Because our mind is used to carrying the load of everything. Our Gyan is used to carrying the load of all the gay. It has never unloaded itself and experienced the real detachment or peace or happiness or bliss or whatever it is. For that reason, this Dravyanuyog tells us to focus on the pure soul by which all the load will drop and the Gyan will blossom into Keval Gyan and Nirvana. The purpose, okay? So now, yahan par the main purpose here is that you get faith, you get belief. Now this darshan word has got many connotations. Write down if you want. Darshan word has got many interpretations. I'll quickly tell you what they are. Like for example, aaj aapke darshan hue. Darsanam, inikina Bhagwan darsanam padne. That means what? Saw. I saw you, I met you. I went to the temple and I saw the image of Bhagwan. So that is darshan. Darshan ka common parlance meaning is seeing. Seeing. Jaise Gyan ka common parlance meaning is knowing. Darshan ka common meaning is seeing. Again, when we say Jaina darshan, Bauddha darshan, Vedanta darshan, their darshan means philosophy. Paschatya darshan, Western philosophy. Bharatiya darshan, Indian philosophy. And a philosophy of Aristotle, Socrates, Plato, and so many Western philosophers like. So their darshan means philosophy. Okay, Bhagwan ke darshan mein aisa bataya. So there it is Siddhant. Another meaning for darshan is Siddhant. The principles, the core fundamental philosophy is also called as Siddhant. Okay? Next darshan is, seeing is related to Darshnavarniya Karma wala darshan, opposite of Darshnavarniya Karma. Vision, seeing, wo Darshnavarniya Karma ka opposite is seeing. Seeing is perfect means Darshnavarniya Karma will drop. The seeing is not perfect means there is a load of Darshnavarniya Karma on your darshan, which is violence towards the soul. So no ahimsa is happening. Clear? So now come to Mohaniya Karma. There are two divisions, Darshan Mohaniya, Charitra Mohaniya. So their darshan refers to corrupt belief. Darshan Mohaniya refers to wrong understanding. I'm going to give you a set of words for that Darshan Mohaniya. So in this Darshan Mohaniya context, darshan refers to wrong pratiti. Take darshan alone. Pratiti. Anubhav. Write the words. It will be useful. Pratiti, Anubhav, belief, faith, reasoning, attitude, perception, all are related with the opposite, with the darshan word of Darshan Mohaniya Karma. That which deludes your understanding is Darshan Mohaniya. And that which conditions you physically and corrupts your behavior or conduct is Charitra Mohaniya. So all our 5 years of, and you know the divisions of this Mohaniya Karma. So understood, Darshan Mohaniya refers to wrong belief, wrong understanding, wrong kind of experience, wrong kind of rationalization. And in Samyak Darshan, all these will become right. So right experience, right rational, right understanding, right attitude, right faith, right belief, right attitude, all come under the Darshan Mohaniya ka opposite. So when this Darshan Mohaniya goes, it won't go alone. It will take away the maximum chunk of the Charitra Mohaniya also. That is Ananta Anubandhi Kasha. Samajh mein aaya? So Darshan Mohaniya, who gives power to the Kashai, it is a Darshan Mohaniya. When this Darshan Mohaniya goes, this Kashai becomes weak. And along with it, the Apratyakhani, Pratyakhyani, Sanjwalan Kashai also become weak. Anantanubandhi Kashai goes away completely. When it goes away completely, it won't go alone. It will reduce the impact of Apratyakhyan, Pratyakyan, Sanjwalan also. So that is the power of Samyak Darshan. And that will come when these 7 Prakritis are gone. And when these 7 Prakritis will go, now come to the Jnanavarniya Darshanavarna. There are only 2 words which have Jnanavaran Darshanavarna. Out of the 8 karmas, only 2 karmas have the word Jnanavaran Darshanavarna. So what do they mean? Jnana ke upar avaran, darshan ke upar avaran. That means we have to understand that there are 2 things that exist in the soul and they are Jnana Darshan. Not recognizing them is because of the Darshan Mohaniya karma. Okay, you're deluded, you're interested in more Agvesh. You're not interested in the Gyan Darshan Swabhavatma. You're interested in all the Gye, the Gyan. You don't understand the Gyan correctly. You don't understand the Gyan, Gye, Gyaya correctly. So that results in Jnanavarniya, Darshanavarniya, Mohaniya, Antray, Anantanubandhi Kashaya. Just by not applying the Dravyanu and understanding the Gyan, Darshan, Swabhav, Atma, we are binding 47 subtypes of these 4 Ghati karmas. Now you understand how important this Dravyanu Yoga application is?
Yeah.
Huh?
Thank you.
So, yeah. So when you apply this Dravyanu Yoga, you will understand the Gyan, Darshan, Swabhav, Atma, and you will not be worried about the Jnanavaran, Darshanavaran, Mohani, Antray. The more and more you absorb in the Gyan, Darshan, Swabhav, Atma, this Mohaniya, Jnanavaran, Darshanavaran, Antray all are checked. This practices will be like Samaik. Samaik karke kya karna? Gyan Darshan ka Anand karna. मोह राग द्वेष से किनारा करना है ना ज्ञान दर्शन में रहो मोह राग द्वेष से बचो so when you do this 47 karma prakritis are checked. You're not indulging in them, you're not taking to them, otherwise they are all attacking you matlab attacking us, loading us, and we feel, oh, I'm getting liberated, I will get liberated, I'll do this. So all this, I do this, I'll get liberated, is wrong belief. You won't believe. From Mylapore, when I came, I just saw my mother. I went to my mother's place. And I don't know why. And I taught her about the Gyan Swabhav Atma. She's saying, what should I do? I can't fast like you. I don't know Swadhyay. I don't know anything. And she was so delighted. Oh, then this is what I have to believe in. This is what I have to do. Okay, I will try to. Just understand that you are Gyan Swabhav Atma. Everything else is outside you. More Ragdvesh is outside you. You're full of Gyan. Anand karo, Mahima karo. Enjoy karo, Nishchint raho, Nirbhar raho. Today if death comes, are you ready to die? I didn't tell her like this. I said, today if death comes, Mama, I'm ready to die. She said, how can you be ready to die? I said, only when you think you are the body, you'll be worried about birth and death, about all the associations related to the body. But I don't think, I don't believe of myself as a body. I believe I am the Gyan Sharir. Atma is made of Gyan, Gyan Sharir, Gyayak Sharir. That is the body of Atma. When you relate with that, and the more and more and more and more you relate with that, only then you will get it. Like it is like the gold mine or the diamond mines. You have to go deeper and deeper and deeper. Only then you will get the diamonds. And then suddenly she said, मैं गुड्डी को एक call कर लूं, मैं थोड़ा नाश्ता कर लूं, मैं थोड़ा ये कर लूं. All that she was telling in the middle. I said, Mama, करूं, मैं आपको कहाँ मना कर रही हूँ ये सब करने के लिए. But understand that it is your Kashaya Atma that is eating. It is your Kashaya Atma that is interested in the children. It is your Kashaya Atma that makes you do. But you are Jnana Atma. You understand what I'm trying? So what I'm trying to say, even if you don't know the scriptures, this little thing you have heard, you have learned, and you apply it in Narak. Maybe there you will get something. Apply it, application. Applied Jainism. That is why our course is practical Jainism. So there in Tiryansh Bhav, in Narak Bhav also we can get Samyak Darshan. But you have to have faith in it. You have to believe in it. And it is a subject of experience and not experiment, or somebody can take it and show it to you. No. And every jeev, every moment is experiencing Gyan, 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 Swabhav. But uski mahima nahi aati hai. We are not able to, what to say, that Eureka moment is not coming. And that will come when you keep hammering it again and again and again. That Pragya Cheni, chisel and hammer, Pragya Cheni, Bhed Vigyan. What is the meaning of the word Bhed Vigyan? Bhed hai between Gyan and Gye, between Gyan and Rag, between Atma and Sharir. बस उसका विज्ञान करना है, उसका विशेष ज्ञान करना है. Bhed Vigyan is not something that you have to sit and do. The Bhed is there already between the Gyan and the Moragvesh. बस उसका विज्ञान करना है. विज्ञान मतलब विशिष्ट ज्ञान, highly specialized spiritual Gyan, which comes through the understanding of the 4 Anuyog and all these things. Clear? Clear? Come back to the text.
Yes, ma'am.
Here,
Ma'am, I have a question.
हाँ बोलो.
Sorry. This is a layperson's question. This experience of Gyayak Bhav, is it at the conscious mind level, or is it as a subconscious mind level, or where would he be experiencing it from?
Likho. In the Friday's class also I taught, I don't know where I taught. You write down 4 stages, 4 aspects of life and living. Likho. Aapke question ka answer. You should ask questions, only then you will get things out of me. Otherwise, I'll feel you have understood. So please, I appreciate. I really like when you ask questions. I really appreciate. Okay. But yeah, okay. Chalo, context mein aa gaya to bata dungi without diluting the class hours. Write down. First is the sleeping state called as Sushupta. Next is the waking state called Jagrata. And next is the dreaming state called Swapna. So these 3 states are all found in all the jivas. One of either of the 3. Okay, either of the 3 we will be in. Okay. And when you're in the waking state, you don't remember what you saw in the dream state. And when you're in the dream state, you feel that world is real. You're not at all aware of the waking state. And in deep sleep, you're not aware of anything. Okay. But at that time also awareness is there. Gyan Darshan is happening. Even in the deep sleep state. Why? Because see, when you're waking, are you not knowing that you're awake, you're eating, you're doing this? Knowing is happening. When you're dreaming also, knowing is happening. And in deep sleep also, knowing is happening. Now, this knowing is a part of the 4th state called Turiya Avastha, the transcendental state, which is immanent Immanent matlab it is there every time. But we have not recognized it. We have, because we are so absorbed with the Indriya Gyan, Mati Gyan. Our Mati Gyan, Indriya Gyan, Man Buddhi is overpowering our transcendental immanent Gyan. So when you understand this inherent Turiya Swabhav of the Atma and separate it from all your Indriya and mind, that is called Shruta Gyan. You hear and you understand that hearing is happening, but at the same time knowing is happening. You're seeing, at the same time you know that you're knowing what you're seeing. So you go with the knowing thing and you ignore the hearing, seeing and all that. So that is Jai Jinendra. Indriyon ko jeetne ka kaam. That happens with the application of Shruta Gyan. So these two Gyan are enough for getting Keval Gyan. You don't need Avadhi Gyan, you don't need Manparya Gyan, you don't need any other Gyan. Reading the 14 Purvas, you have to determine this Turiya Avastha, Gyana, Anand, Swabhav, Atma. And that Gyan is always there, but Gyan mein Anand nahi aaya. Kyunki moh hai na, to Gyeyo mein Anand aaya. So we have not experienced that Nirakulta and all these kind of things. So that fourth state, the transcendental state, is ever, ever, ever there. So what was your question now? Again, remember, what did you ask?
The experience of Gyayak Swabhav is a subject of conscious mind or subconscious mind.
So now this Gyayak Swabhav, that Turiya Avastha, is the pure consciousness. But the conscious is not taking cognizance of that consciousness. It is going behind the moral wish. It is like mixing raak with payasam, kheer. Kheer mein raak ko mila de. You know raak, dust.
Yeah.
So that Gyan is payasam, sweet. But we have mixed this raak, so we don't know the difference, so it is not consumed. So you have to eliminate all the dust, and then what you get is the real milk or payas, kheer or whatever it is, and only then you can enjoy.
Right.
Right?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
This was a missing link here.
Ma'am, can we say meditative stage?
So Atma Dhyan Swarup hai. That is why all Paramatma ki Murti is Dhyan Swarup. Atma Nirgrant hai. That's why externally also Nirgranthood. Atma Shuddha hai. Isliye Paryay se bhi we expect Shuddhi. So you have Dravya Gun Paryay, all these concepts and all. So this is the topic of Dravyanga, which talks about the Shuddha Jiva Tattva. Separating it from Ajiv, Asrav, Ban, Samvar, Nizra, Moksha. Even Moksha is not there in the Jiv. But when you focus on the Trikali, Dhruv, Jiv, Moksha will happen. But if you go after Moksha and leave the Jiv, you won't get that Moksha. Oh, Asrav is there, Ban is there, hai to hai, rehne do. You are the knower and seer. So in Samesar Natak, all the 9 tattvas, Naupada, they all are coming and playing their role on the stage. But who is the soul? The one who is watching the drama. ऐसा इस जीव को निर्णय नहीं हुआ है अपना. That strong examination, determination, vairagya, devotion has not happened to us. So Ratnatraya has not happened. So what is the meaning of the word vairagya? I explained to my mother also. One who loves the Gyan Swabhav Atma and nothing else. Nothing else. That is vairagya. But I will love Atma also. I will love this also. There cannot be two swords in the same sheath. एक ही म्यान में दो तलवार नहीं रह सकती. कि हरि भी मिले और संसार भी मिले नहीं होगा. ये मिलेगा तो वो नहीं मिलेगा, वो मिलेगा तो ये. You have to drop all your ego, all your kartritva buddhi, everything. Then only you will be able to come face to face that's what encounter your eternal pure soul. Okay, got your answer?
Yes,
So-
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Now, in your subconscious, in your, matlab, whenever I say your, in our subconscious mind, we have Gyan Darshan Swabhav Atma also, and the Mohaniya Karam also, the Sangya also, the Kashai also, memories also, everything is there in the subconscious. जिसको
Yeah.
अपन सत्ता बोल सकते हैं, सत्ता में पड़ा है.
Yeah.
And time to time it keeps coming. So again, we have to differentiate between the Gyan ka subconscious and the Moha ka subconscious.
Right.
For that conscious to manifest fully.
Yeah.
So in our
Thank you,
subconscious
ma'am.
mind, there are fears, there are anxiety, there are desires, everything is there. So that is
Yeah.
why we talk of 8 types of Atma. Dravya
Yeah.
Atma, Kshaya Atma, Yoga, Apyog, all those
Viryatma.
instinct रूप में, संस्कार रूप में subconscious mind में है.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
So,
Thank you, ma'am.
there is a lot of parapsychology doing consciousness studies. So if you study all those things, maybe you can get some insights.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, dear.
Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
you're satisfied with the answer. You do your research
Definitely.
now and find things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, so these are the discussions under Dravyanu There is no Kalpana over here. And see, now listen, Dravyanu will say, in the Atma, see, all the 4 Anuyog will talk about Dravya Gun Parya. The Dravyanu will say, Bhed hai to hai. I will look at the Abhed Atma. Bhed gine sansar. Bhed ginenge to sansar. Abhed ko dekhenge to moksha. So the unity of Ratnatre, the unity of Dravya Gun Paryay, the unity of Utpad Vyay Dravya. So that unity will come only when you're thorough with the Tattva Gyan. The application of it will happen in Dhyan. So Swadhyay, Nirjara ke 12 divisions, Swadhyay, Dhyan, Kayotsav. Swadhyay should lead to Dhyan, Dhyan should lead to Kayotsav. Forget that you have a body. Remember that you are that Jnana Anand body. Then your Nirjara will happen. So all your Anshan, Unodri, Praishchit, everything should lead to these 3. Swadhyay, Dhyan, Kayotsav. This is what Tirthankars to be do. Tirthankars to be, they do this when they take Diksha. They are practicing Swadhyay, Dhyan. So it took Bhagwan Mahavir 12.5 years to reach that detachment state. It took 1000 years for Rishabh to reach that state. But today, if we attempt for even for 12.5 months, and Kundakunda's commentators, they say 6 months, you do this only and don't do anything else. You will get Samyak Darshan. And if you don't get it, take it from us. I don't remember where it is written, but I remember having been told about it. But we are not ready for it. And that includes you and me, everybody.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
I think it's at the listening level, it appears to be very profound and attracting, but at the experiential level, we are missing that.
That is because of the rag. That is because of the rag.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
That is because of the rag. One of the students asked, ma'am, you know so much, why don't you take Diksha? I said, pehle Atma ki Shuddha Pratiti ke liye Swadhyay, 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 Swadhyay. And then practice. Swadhyay, practice. Yeah. Swadhyay, practice. Swadhyay, practice. So
right.
Diksha is a very, very big thing. After Samyak Darshan Gyan, only that Atma Leenta is Diksha.
Yeah.
Pehle Atma ki Pratiti to hona chahiye. The way it is, we should understand it.
True.
Because small things keep bothering us. How much of rag we are having, how much of moh we are having, how much of attachment. In spite of all that, I am a pure soul. I am a pure soul. I am a pure soul. That doesn't mean keep telling pure soul and keep enjoying the worldly things. No, that's what Chandipana mat lena.
No.
Okay, chalo. So
through
hetu, through logic, through reasoning, through examples, all the discussion happens in Dravyanu and so that we do the Bheda Vigyan, we get Jnana Vairagya, Atmanubhav, And in the Dravyanu it is the spiritual science that is important. Vyavhar dharma and all is outside the purview of this Dravyanu. All that comes under Charnanu. Vyavhar dharma is Charnanu and Nishchay dharma is Dravyanu. Both go hand in hand. Without Nishchay, true Vyavhar will not be. And if Nishchay is there and Vyavhar is not there, then we become Nishchaya Bhasi. And if we have Vyavhar only and no Nishchay, we are Vyavhara Bhasi. And sometimes both we understand wrongly. So it is Ubhaya Bhasi. So these are the contents of the 7th chapter, which we will do in the next semester. Okay. So all the Vyavhar Marg will be told under Charnanu Yoga, because the Upadesh over here, now you have now very important discussion. Write down names of 3 Upyog. Ashubh Upyog, Shubha Upyog, Shuddha Upyog. Ashubha, Shubha, Shuddha Upyog. So the purpose of Dravyanu Yoga and the methodology of Dravyanu Yoga is to help you to come to Shuddha Upyog. So there in that context, they will say that Shubh, Ashubh both are heya. Punya, Pap both are same. But when you come to Charnanu Yoga, they will say Punya is better. Don't do Pap, don't do Pap. Sabba Pava Panasno. They will not say Sabba Punya Panasana. There they will give different treatment to Punya Pap. In Prathamanu Yoga, they'll tell you all stories about the fruit of Punya, the fruit of Pap and everything. And in Karnanu Yoga, the measurement will happen related to karmas. How many karmas are Punya related? How many karmas? So Dravyanu Yoga mein Punya ho, Pap ho, they are all external to the pure soul, because the purpose is that you understand the pure soul, come to Shuddha, and you will understand the pure soul only through Shuddha Upyog. But if you again have the load of Shubh Upyog, Ashubh Upyog, you can't go to it. So they want you to drop that load and experience the pure soul as it is and get Ratnatraya and come out of the cycle of sunset. Right? So here the prayojan is not to push you to Ashubh Upyog. They are telling that Shubh and Ashubh both are heya. That we should not understand. But people misunderstand it and they will say, Nishchay, Nishchay ke geet gaate hain. Okay, chalo, main to khata hi nahi hu. I'm not eating. My body is eating. I'm not doing any sin. Mere karm ka uday hai. And you go, you remain in Ashubh only. You give up the Shubh ka path. You don't get the Shuddha ka path and you remain in Ashubh. You go to Ashubh path. So that is even more dangerous. So if you're stuck up with Ashubh, it is dangerous. If you're stuck up with Shubh, you're dangerous. You don't march towards that great path of enlightenment or whatever it is. Clear? So, यहाँ पर पाप में लगाने का प्रयोजन नहीं है. Read properly those passages given over there. So, in the Dravyanu Yoga, they'll say that Shudra and Chandal. You know, Shudra is a person who who cleans the toilets and Shudra. Shudra is that labor class. There are 2 types of Shudra he is discussing over here. One is a Jat and one is a Chandal. So Jat is a farmer and Chandal is a corpse burner. Corpse ko jo ठिकाने लगाता है cemetery में बोलते. So both are Shudra. Now he says, now in that time, 300 years ago, that touchability, untouchability, this thing was there, no? So he gave this example that when compared to a Chandal, a Jat is not an untouchable. But now don't take this example in modern context. Because the Swiggy and the Zomato person who comes to your house, if he is a scheduled caste, will you treat him as an untouchable? I won't take the things that you get. Your bus conductor, your TT, your railway conductor, the office staff working at your place, he's from the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. So will he be untouchable? So those things were there at that time. Now, no point in talking about these examples. But if this book were to go in the hand of those people, they will make a whole lot of issue of it, that Jainism promotes untouchability. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, ma'am.
है ना? So वहां पर उस टाइम में ऐसा होता था. So that time these examples he just came up, but we have to understand that both are kashai. Both are kashai. Pap is tivra kashai, intense kashai, and punya is manda kashai. But both are poison. Kashai is poison. So no, little poison is okay. That means you don't know the nature of amrit. Amrit. What is the meaning of the word amrit? Amrit atma. Mrit yani death. That atma which is untouched by birth and death is the amrit, is the nectar. And when you experience that, you will experience the immortal state here and now. As a result of it, you go there. So the other day in the class, I gave one very beautiful quotation. This morning also I gave it. Write down if you want. Siddha Bhagwan Siddhalaya mein nahi hai. Siddha Bhagwan is not there in Siddhalaya. Siddhalaya is moksha, Siddha Shila. And Atma is not in Dehalaya. Then where are they? Both are in Jnanalaya. Understood? Alaya means house. Siddha Bhagwan is in the house of Gyan. That happened by being here in this life. As a result, he reached that highest abode on the Loka. Likewise, supposing if I were to cut my hand and see if Atma is there, I won't find any Atma. क्योंकि आत्मा अपने ज्ञान शरीर में है. इस शरीर में तो कहा जाता है नहीं. राइट? अगर है तो क्यों इसको छोड़ के जाता है? ये तो यहीं रह जाता है ना. This body remains here. So this body is like that Amazon gift wrapper, and Atma is the shining Gyan, shining diamond inside. When you get the gift, you will get it with the wrapper. But your drishti is on the gift and not on the wrapper. It's just a matter of time that you take the wrapper and throw it and enjoy the gift. So in this example, the Atma is one diamond, but actually Atma is a diamond factory. The Gyan ki pariyay ki factory Atma is. So all these things come under Dravya. Understood, dear? Why
Yes,
I'm giving these examples. So deha mein dev hai, mandir mein nahi hai. Now in the deha, Bhagwan is there. Mandir mein nahi hai. So then don't go to mandir. Stop going to mandir. That means you're breaking the laws of Charnanu Yoga. That means you have not understood Dravyanu Yoga also correctly. Understood? Understood? Huh?
Yeah.
It is like, again, I'll go to the Chedhala example. You have that churning happening. So one hand you have taken Dravyanu Yoga and you have left the Charnanu Yoga. So the churning will not happen. You have taken the Charnanu Yoga, you have left the Dravyanu Yoga. The churning will not happen. Badal ke you have to use all the four Yoga. Then the churning will happen, and then you get the butter of ghee of Keval Gyan or what. Understood this example, all of you? Okay. Chalo.
Can I say, ma'am, that not understanding the previous 6 chapters will make this understanding this chapter more difficult?
Yes. That is why it is placed in the middle of the Ratnatraya Marg that is going to start from the 9th chapter. So whatever Mithyatva has not gone, reading the 7 chapters should go away now. Clear?
Thank you.
See, Todarmalji has done a great upkar on all of us by writing these chapters. Yes or no? Do you all agree with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So, so the prayojan here, when they say Bhagwan is there in your body and not in the temple, they don't want you to, what to say, bhakti छोड़ने का उनका उद्देश्य नहीं, आत्मा की भक्ति सिखाने का उद्देश्य. Like that, you have to understand from this thing. Okay, so they are not negating other vyavhar, but they are highlighting the nishchay more. But if you negate it in your way, then again you remain trapped in samsara. Like that, we have to understand. Now, now very beautiful example, concept coming, not concept, discussion coming up. Listen very carefully. In Samesar, it is written that Samyak Drishti ke bhog bhi nirjara ke karan. They result in nirjara. If a Samyak Drishti is enjoying the material pleasures, the result is nirjara. And on the other hand, if a Dravyalingi Muniraj, who's not got Atma ka Anubhav, and he has taken Diksha, and he is in the renunciation state, not enjoying any material pleasures, not doing the sins, not taking to any external misconduct, yet he is bound to, he is doing the Anantanubandhi, Kashai and Mithyat. And a Samyak Drishti Atma like Chakravarti, Shantinath, Kunthunath, Arayanath, Bharat Chakravarti, who have got Samyak Darshan, yet externally they are seen taking to war, taking to enjoying with their wives, taking to playing with their children, doing all material affairs. Still they are telling Nirjara is happening for him. And for that Muni, Bandh is happening. More Bandh for that Muniraj than Nirjara. And here it is less Bandh and more Nirjara. So that doesn't mean that, one second, that doesn't mean that enjoying the pleasures results in Nirjara. No. With the right attitude and belief and understanding, he is taking to the material pleasures with great detachment inside, clarity inside. Externally, he appears to be doing everything, but internally, he is totally, from the 7 Prakriti point of view, he's touched the Atma ka experience. He knows all these don't belong to me, I don't belong to them. That is the clarity about the Gyan, Swabhav, Atma, Kartritva, Buddhi, everything is, clarity is there for that Samyak Drishti. That is why he is called Samyak Drishti. Because he's got clarity about Jiva, Jeev, 7 Tattvas, who is the doer of what. So for him, Anantanubandhi bondage is not happening. Darshan Mohniya bondage is not happening. And because of his Punya Bandh, his Karma ka Uday, he is in that family setup or the material setup where the karmas are operating and he has to go through all the material things. But he is going through them with immense clarity and detachment and right determination and understanding. So his bhog is also the cause of nirjara. That doesn't mean that they are singing glory of bhog and all that. And they are denouncing a Dravyaling, the Muni. No, that is not the, they are not eulogizing a Shravak and denouncing a Muni. That is not the case. Rather, it is a warning to the Muni that if you don't get Samyak Darshan, you will again be in Sansar only. And how to live in Sansar. That teaching also is given over here. That lesson is also imparted over here. So am I clear now? Anybody was asking something? Yes.
Ma'am, this is Padma Priya. I got a doubt, ma'am.
No.
When we say like, Samyak Darshan is more important than taking the Muni Diksha, or whether you are in Shravak or Yamuni, Samyak Darshan is more important. In that case, we have set of rules or criteria or lakshans of Yamuni or lakshans of Shravak. Why can't they set up a rule like, or essential criteria to become a Muni? That person should have gotten Samyak Darshan. The above 4th Gunasthan only you can take Diksha and become a Dravyalingi Muni. Why can't they set that as a rule or a essential criteria to become Muni?
Who is to make the, who is going to impose it on whom? Who can tell who has become Samyak Drishti or not? You can't tell for me, I can't tell for you.
That's
Except
right,
two
ma'am.
people, nobody can know who is a Samyak Drishti or not.
That's
Either
right, ma'am.
Bhagwan or your own Atma.
Correct. Exactly.
Now listen, you have already studied in first year or second year that if the Nishchay Marg is given up, Moksha Marg ka lop ho jayega. And if the Vyavhar Marg is given up, Tirth ka lop ho jayega. And 99.99% of the people follow the Vyavhar Marg only. If too much of focus is on the Nishchay and the Vyavhar is given up, there will be very few Jain followers. So
Sorry.
the Tirtha will go because of the Vyavhar Marg only. In that there may be Samyak Vyavhar Wale, Mithya Vyavhar Wale. I'll tell you one more thing. Majority is Mithyatva and Vyavhar Marg only. Out of the 14 Gunasthan, majority is Mithyatva Gunasthan. Majority is Sansari Jeev. In the ocean, you put your hand and take out your hand. How much water you will touch? That many only are Siddha Bhagwan. Baki sab Sansari. So Sansari is majority. Mithyatva is majority. Kashay wale Jeev is majority. Paap ke Jeev is majority. Hinsa, jhoot, corruption, wohi majority hai. That is why all the learning that you come in the minority, but that is a sure and slow and steady wins the race. So
Yes.
the Shastra tell you that first you should get Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gyan, and then Samyak Charitra all come together in one shot. But that it can so happen that somebody becomes a Muni and after that he gets Samyak Darshan. That
Yeah,
possibility
that is also possible. Yeah. Anytime people can
Yes.
get Samyak Darshan,
Yes.
whether they are in Muni stage or in yeah. That's
Yes.
right. But my question is, why can't they put that as once you become Samyak Drishti, go to the Diksha rather than, I'm seeing like 7 years, 6 years kids and all taking Diksha and walking. So that's, how can people justify that? How
See,
do we
now
know
you have
that?
to, I can give an example only for your question. You all know the story of Kanji Swami. He was a
Yes.
great Shwetambar sadhu who had mastered all the Shwetambar texts. But he was feeling very incomplete inside. He was searching for something and he didn't know what he was searching and he didn't know where to find it. He would very often tell his Guru, "Oh Gurudev, I'm not happy, what to do, what to do." Gurudev will say, "No, it is your Kashai, it is your Moha, everything and all." But he would never understand. All this Kriya and all, Just the other day there was somebody, I don't know who was there, and he or she was telling that I don't remember. I go to the temple, I do all the Kriya, but I'm not able to relate with it. They're doing the Mopati like this, like this, like this, like this. I do everything, but I don't understand what I'm. Okay, so there are people, all kinds of people are there. I was telling about Kanji Swami. In a super departmental store, all kinds of things are available because there are all kinds of people coming to the super department. In the same way, in Jinwani, you have all kinds of preachings because all kinds of Jeev visit Jinwani. Some will take this, some will take that, some according to their logic. You have the lower logic, you go to the Samavashara and you can't get the highest thing. Only when you have the higher logic, you will understand what Bhagwan is telling. So the maximum people are with the lower logic only. So for them, all these things are told. That doesn't mean that in a departmental store, all things are there, means everything you have to buy. You have to do all the Kriya, you have to do everything. No. In Jainism, quantity is never important. Quality is important.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So
that
Kanji
makes
Swami
sense.
was searching and searching. He did not find it. And then when he went to one town or village, one Shravak gifted him means gave him Samaysar. And he locked himself in a basement and read for that Samaysar for 3-4 days. And he came out and he said, what I was searching, I got. And ye to ashariri banne ka granth. To experience that ashariri atma, ye to aisa granth hai. And he went and he told, see, now he is a Mithya Drishti, Dravyalingi Muni. But He was a Patra Jeev. He immediately corrected himself. And he told his Gurudev that I cannot follow this Diksha. Because the Diksha that is told in the scriptures, I'm not able to follow it. Then Guru said, okay, you want to teach Samesar, you teach, I give you the permission. But don't leave the Diksha and go. He said, I can't cheat Mahavir. I'm not ready. I've not got Ratnatraya, Samyak Darshan Gyan. Then Atma Leenta, Atma Anubhav, how I'll do? So he gave up the Diksha. Then this Guru told him that if you give up this Diksha, you won't get Bhiksha. You won't get Bhiksha. He said, my Diksha is not for Bhiksha. If it is there in my Krambad to get Bhiksha, I will get Bhiksha. If it is not there in my Krambad, nobody can give it to me. And if it is there, nobody can take it from. That much faith he got in Pure Soul and Krambad, and he went to Songad, and then all, jo bahut kattar Digambar people also don't understand Kanji Swami. Leave alone the Shvetambars. So the Shvetambars were against him, the Digambars were against him. And then you have that separate Kanji Pandit.
Thank you, ma'am. It's really a goosebump moment to hear when, think about the moments when he got the Samesar and understand,
Yes.
Yeah.
So what Mahavir told, by the time Kundakunda's period came, it was lost. Kundakunda revived it. And from Kundakunda, Amrit Chandra Acharya and all the Nyay logic authors have sung praise of what Kundakunda has referred to. And then it was lost till Todarmalji's time. Todarmalji again revived it. Here, this is our Todarmalji's text. And after Todarmalji's time, again it was lost and Kanji Swami revived it. And now to it has gone ghar ghar mein through Sanjeev Godha and others. You understood?
Yes, ma'am. You are part of that Guru Parambara, ma'am.
Huh?
Dhanyavad, ma'am. Thank you. You are part of that Guru Parambara. Thank you, ma'am.
You are?
Part of that Guru Parambara. Thank you,
Yes.
ma'am.
See, me being your Guru is not going to help you. Your Gyan being your Guru only will help. So Guru is not a person, it is a Tattva that is sleeping in all of us. We have to awaken it. I've given you from Nishchay and Vyavahar point of view, Dev Guru Dharma, no? Refer to that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Chalo, thank you. So whenever I give you an answer, please say thank you so that I stop talking. Otherwise, I keep on talking about it till I feel you are comfortable. Okay, thank you. So in Dravyanuyog, they will refer to all, they'll use one language, Upchar, formally speaking. Formally speaking, they will use this word. So, Muni Nirjara ka karan, bhog upchar se band ka karan nahi. Real mein, to listen to me very carefully. Not understanding the pure soul is the root cause of bondage. You enjoying the pleasures or not is not the root cause. With what attitude you enjoy them, with what attitude you understand them is the root cause. So attitude is important. Drishti. Okay. Now in Dravyanuyog, they will not talk about Grahan and Tyag. Do this, don't do this. They will not talk in Dravya. All that is Charnanuyog topic. Here they will only say understand. Determine. Experience. That is the language of Dravyanuyog. So in Karnanuyog, you have the Sukshma, subtle references of karma, lesha, all those are not present in Dravyanuyog. Because here the focus is totally different. To make you understand, to drive home the concept of pure soul. Now write down. Three types of upyog I told you, Shubh, Ashubh and Shuddha. So if you take to Dharmanurag, love for Paramatma, love for Jinvani, love for Paramagam, it is Shubh upyog. And not loving Paramatma, not loving Jinvani, not coming closer to loving the Atma is also Shubh upyog. Experience of the Atma is Shuddha upyog. And when you're not loving Jinvani, you're loving material things. body, pleasure, TV, mobile, etc. All that is Paap ka Anurag, and it is Dvesh root. You hate your Atma, so you love the sansari things. So Dharma ka Anurag is Rag, Prashast Rag. And sansar mein Rag, Dvesh dono chale. So Rag, Dvesh outside is Dvesh towards your soul. All together we call it as Rag. Bhagwan ka Rag bhi Rag, Sansar ka Rag bhi Rag, you know, everything is Rag. So Rag includes everything other than experience and love for the, love matlab experience of the pure soul. Okay? And Rag Dvesha Rahita, Vitarag Bhav is Shuddhopayog. And that is called Samayik. 48 minutes you do it, it is called Samayik. 12 hours you do it, it is called Paushad. 24 hours you do it is called Prashada Upavas. At the time of death you do it is called Sallekha. All these names are Charnanuyog related. But the essential practice is based on your study of Dravyanu. Okay, so a Chadmast will not understand all. Chadmast means the people with a very, not having a very rational mind. Superficially they judge things and people and all these things. So Karnanu Yoga will talk about the Kashai Shakti. Dravyanu Yoga will talk like this. So you understood the 4 Anu Yoga over here. So now listen to me very carefully. They say कि Karnanu Yoga mein they will talk about Rag Rahit Shuddhopayog, and that happens only in 12th Gunasthan. The perfection of it happens in 12th Gunasthan. The beginning of it happens, then only 4th Gunasthan will come. When you experience that Atma and you get your Upayog is Shuddha, not loaded with Raga Dvesha, then Darshan Moha and Charitra Moha will start diluting. Then it will be Upsham Moha, Kshaya Moha, Kshayopsham Moha, and all those things will happen. So from the basic step itself, the goal setting, focusing on the target is important. Everything else is a mechanical thing. Supposing a child is not setting the goal that I want to be a lawyer, he cannot mechanically do admission and studies and all that. No. If the goal setting is perfect, mechanically everything will happen. Admission in a college, buying the book, studying, laboring hard, etc. Everything will happen. His goal is there. That goal setting helps him to move towards his goal. So like that goal setting we have not done for our Atma. So we have not got the Shuddhopayog. So all these kind of things are there. So Swa par Shraddhan hone par Samyaktva hoga. Buddhi gochar apeksha se nirupan hai. Sukshma bhav ki apeksha se. So see, there are things which you see gross way, there are things which you see subtle way, there are things which you see the right way. So you need 4 Anuyogas. And then they say, ki if you try to match the 4 Anuyogas with each other, you may not be able to match. You may not be able, because Yatha Khyat Charitra will come in the 12th Gunasthan. Then you don't attempt only now. Now, what is the meaning of the word Yatha Khyat Charitra? 25 बोल में last 25वें बोल का last part is यथा क्या चरित्र. If you know 25 बोल, जी विचार, हाँ, सामायिक चरित्र, छेदोपस्थापनीय, परिहार विशुद्धि, सूक्ष्म संप्राय, यथा. Now what is the meaning? You know that यथा ख्यात. यथा means आत्मा जैसा है, as it is. ख्यात मतलब प्रकट, famous, manifest. प्रकट हो गया. As the Atma is, so it has manifested. When that Charitra comes in the 12th Gunasthan, the next moment is Keval Gyan, Keval Darshan. Because the Atma is not famous in our Gyan. The Gyay are famous. So it is not Charitra, it is a Charitra. But what we were thinking, Charitra means do this, do this, do this, don't do this, don't do this. This kind of very deep spiritual eco philosophy. Eco means Atma ka ecosystem samajhna. spiritual eco philosophy. जैसी मेरी आत्मा वैसे सब जीवों की. Vedanta talks about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole earth is one family. And India is going to host the G20 summit, where it is one earth, one family, one future. But Jainism goes even one step ahead and says that the whole universe is one family, which includes Nigod, Ekendriya, Bendriya, Tendriya, Chaurendriya, Panchendriya, everything. Because in the Keval Gyan, all those are also going to be reflected. No? So somewhere they are connected and somewhere they are not connected. Okay, so Dravyanuyog ki apeksha se will call Shuddhopayog in the 4th Gunasthan because it is like a dim light. And in 12th Gunasthan, it is like a bright light. Clear? Samajh mein aaya? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
In Dravyanuyog, they will say that in Paramat matlab other philosophies, Tattva Adi are Asatya. That doesn't mean they are telling you to hate them. And they are only cautioning you, you don't fall in trap of Asatya. Don't hate the people. That's why, you can hate the philosophy, but not the philosophers. And हम तो यहाँ पे किसी को hate करने का बोलते ही नहीं है ना, because hate is again dvesh. So that means you are having rag for Jainism, you are having dvesh for other faith, you are not eligible for Vitrag. Whether it is Christianity or Islam or terrorist or atheist or materialism, you are not supposed to hate them. Got it, dear children? Dravyanuyog. Now
Yes,
let
ma'am.
us do
Yes,
the
ma'am.
Charnanuyog. Charnanuyog is very big. I will do only the main points. Come to page number 277. Charananuyog. What is the meaning of the word charan? Charan is legs, which symbolize walking. Which symbolizes walking. But I don't know where I read. I won't get it right now. Very beautiful book I was reading. See here. This is a book. Bhavatraya Phala Pradarshi. Bhavatraya. Ashubh Upyog, Shubh Upyog, Shuddhopayog ka Phal. Written by Muni Kunthu Sagarji, I think. Yeah. And Shuddh Sagar Grantha Malas. So here they say, Vratena kimva, Vinayena kimva, Manena kimva, Manasapi kimva, Dhyanena kimva, Khalu kimva kimcha dritva, Tapena kimva, Tapasapi kimva. It goes on, so many shlokas goes on. What is the meaning is that if you have not understood your Chaitanya Swarup Shuddhatma, what is the use of Vrat, Tap, Dhyan, Swadhyay, Samvar? No use. Now, since Anadikal, you and I have taken to all or many of the Charnanuyog practices. Meru jitna hoga patra pichi kamandal lekar ke chhod diye. There is nothing in this world that we have not done. You name it and you have done it. You have Himalaya pe dhyan, Jatadhari Muni, Tapas, Dravyalingi Muni, Kathor Upvas, Kathor Tapashcharya, Daya, Dan, Vrat, Puja, Bhakti, everything, our Jeev, since Anadikal, it has been transmigrated and it has taken to all this. One thing it has not done is determined its own self-same nature. So, in Charnanuyog, they will be telling you about the Buddhi Gochar Jeevon ki apeksha se all the practices. But the real Charnanuyog is experience of the pure soul. But that is not Buddhi Gochar to the common people. What is common to them is the external practices. I did 1 Samaik, I did 10 Samaik, I did 1 Upvas, I did 10 Upvas. That only will be the language of Charnanuyog. But what we have to understand, the strength of Dravyanuyog behind it. And without the strength of Dravyanuyog, all these Charnanuyog practices will lead to Punya and also Mithyatva. Because we have not applied the Dravyanuyog and determined the nature of reality, we are in the state of Mithyatva, even though we have taken to the practices, all the right practices in the wrong way. So it is important for the right people to be in the right places. Otherwise, the wrong people in the right places will corrupt the system. So right people is again the Dravyanuyog, and the right person is the right place is the Charnanuyog, and then you have to integrate Dravyanuyog, Charnanuyog, then you reach the transcendental state. But if you remove Dravyanuyog and take to Charnanuyog, it is Vyavahar, Bhas, Jhuta Vyavahar. It is not even real Vyavahar. So you all know this example, you know, you do one Samaik, put 1 0. You do Pratikraman, put 1 0. You do Vrat, Tap, Daya, Dan, Varshit, Tap, 0. How many zeros you add that you will get a value? No value. But if you put the basic number 1, the value of every 0 is 10 times. With Samyak Darshan, Samaik 0 becomes 10. Another one activity becomes 100. Another one activity becomes 1000. Another one Samaik becomes value, increases. So Samyak Darshan is the mool. Everything else is a formal thing. We have given you so many examples for this. The best example we find in Samay Sar is of the bedsheet example. The moment you realize your bedsheet is safe, you give up the attachment for this bedsheet which is not yours. It happens instantaneously. Okay, so now let us, with this background, let us try to understand what Panditji is telling in Charnanuyog. It goes for 7-8 pages. I'll summarize it, you read it, and you have any doubts, bring it. So here everything they'll be talking from the Vyavahar point of view, Bheda point of view, Upchar point of view. Formal way of saying things. Okay, they'll talk of Grahan Tyag. Do this, don't do this. Take this, don't take this. Okay, because yahan pe what is their purpose? Yahan pe they will talk of, see, Upadesh is of 2 types, Nishchay and Vyavahar. The Dravyanuyog will focus on Nishchay, the Charnanuyog will focus on Vyavahar, but a Mithya Drishti will not apply, integrate both. He will take them separately, confuse himself, and a Samyak Drishti will integrate and get the right understanding, and with the right practice, he evolves. So here what they are telling is that a Samyak Drishti Jeev or a Jeev who is about to get Samyak Darshan will understand the real Nishchay point of view and take to the Samyak Vyavahar. He'll take to the practices in the right way. Understood, dear? So here they are telling Shri Guru to Sarva Jeevon ke Upkari hai. So one may ask, if Nishchay and Vyavahar are important, if Nishchay is only important, why the Vyavahar Marg is preached? So because it is, I told you just now, the Vyavahar is only what the common man can understand. It is only the evolved souls who can understand the Nishchay Marg. Okay, evolved souls. Not necessary, they have to be intellectually sound. Spiritually evolved a person, and he may be illiterate. He may be an animal. He may be a Narak ka jeev. He is spiritually evolved. He will apply it there. Even though there he is not doing any Samaik, he is not doing any puja, nothing is happening. But he gets Samyak Darshan. And a person is doing everything, but he is not very careful about things. He may remain in Mithya. Okay, so Vyavahar ka Upadesh de karke, they are trying to save you from going to Ashubh Upyog and Durgati. If you give up the Shubh ka Marg, if you give up the Shuddha ka Marg, and you give up the Shubh ka Marg, you will remain in Ashubh, you will go to Durgati. So Vyavahar will tell you to take to the practices so that you don't go to Pap Karya. इसका भी बहुत बड़ा उपकार है. Today we are talking about things, but we are doing all pap. So first, don't do pap. That doesn't mean you have to get stuck up with punya. Who is telling you not to do punya? But with what attitude you do, that is more important than the punya activity as such. Clear? So यहाँ पे paps, they are liberating you from pap so that you come on the path of shubha and focus on the shuddha. So for a Samyak Drishti Jeev, the punya will be more when compared to the Mithya Drishti Jeev. But with the Samyak understanding, what will happen is Samvar Nirjara and punya. When for example, 20 out of 24 hours, a Muni is meditating on the soul, but he cannot focus on the soul, say, for more than 1 hour, intermittently. So other 23 hours, what he's doing the Shubha Karya. So he'll get punya, but he doesn't, punya ke bharose nahi rehta. He's not dependent on that punya. Because in his drishti, it is very clear that Atma Anubhav only is moksha marg. Punya and all come on the way. Like a farmer, he sows the seeds, he gets the harvest, and along with the harvest, even the, what to say, kya bolte hain, wo ghas fus jalate
Weeds.
na? Weeds and all that other grass and grass या dry grass जो भी वो भी मिलेगा. वो मिलेगा ही मिलेगा. That is why a Muni will go to higher develop, because his punya is higher. Now I'll tell you one more thing. There is one Sarvartha Siddhi, Viman, you all know, highest develop, which is a mini moksha. Why a Jeev goes over there? Now, who goes in Sarvartha Siddhi? For example, you have the example of 5 Pandav. The first 3 Pandav went to moksha. Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun. Nakul and Sahadev, they went to highest develop. Why? Thoda sa rag aa gaya beech mein, which stopped their Keval Gyan. So to and maximum time they were trying to absorb in the Atma, but only the duration to the extent to which you absorb in the Atma is Samvar Nirjara. Other time it is all Bandha. So they got maximum Punya ka Bandha and they went to the higher Deva. 33 Sagropam to finish that Punya ka Bandha. Then they will take one more birth and they will go to moksha. See how Punya keeps you stuck up. Understood? So like that clarity, we have to understand Punya Pap. So Shri Guru wants to tell us about the limitation of the practices in the absence of Ratnatraya Marga. And then here, they're always telling us to focus on our bhav, on our parinam. And for bhav, we will study Tattvartha Sutra very nicely, the second chapter, first chapter and second chapter. So continuity of this will be in Tattvartha Sutra. Now in Vyavahar, they will talk about Daya, Dan, Nirgrantha, food and everything, Jivadi, Shraddhan, Shanka Adi, 25 dosh, 25 flaws of Samyak Darshan. And Panditji was about to start the explanation of these 25 dosh. You can see the 9th chapter, last paragraph. He could not even complete the sentence and the word and the chapter, and people took him away and they got him killed. But these 25 dosh and all can be understood from other texts. We will read about them in Purushartha Siddhi Upaya in Sanskrit. So all of you go and learn little Sanskrit and come. Basic Sanskrit, thoda pad lena. So you will enjoy Purushartha Siddhi Upaya. So, I just love to teach in Prakrit, in Sanskrit, more than English or whatever it is. But then whatever is given to me, I enjoy. Okay, chalo. So now they'll talk about Samyak Darshan ke flaws, 25, Samyak Gyan ke flaws, Samyak Charitra ke flaws, all that they will talk in Vyavahar Marg. Then they do Namo Mantra ka jap. If you do it, then Sam became a mala. Somebody did the Namokar Mantra ka jap. So the garland of flowers, the snake became a garland of flowers. And somebody what to say, one bhil, one tribal was eating crow ka flesh, crow ka meat. तो उसको धर्म का उपदेश दे करके उसको समझाते हैं और उनको सम्यक दर्शन हो जाता. So, but सम्यक darshan doesn't happen by giving up only that much. Samyak darshan happens by having a deep insight about reality. But in Vyavahar, they will say like this only. Bhagwan Parshnath ne Nag Nagin ko Namokar mantra sunaya, so they went to Devloka. But actually, to now you have to apply all the 4 Anuyog. Ki unka Karna Anuyog mein we will say that Ayushya Karma was of to go to Devlok, so Nimit of Parshnath Bhagwan was there. Charnanuyog will say they were concentrating and listening, so they went to Devlok. Prathamanuyog will say, oh, they were great serpents and they got the encounter of Parshnath Bhagwan, so they went. You understand? Any incident, you can look at it through the lens of the 4 Anuyog. So in Charnanuyog, they'll be talking about all these stories and Vyavahar and all these things. So, and then Samyak Charitra ke flaws. Then they will say that Nishchay Marg is only Bhutarth, reality. Bhutarth means reality. Abhutarth means not real. From Dravyanuyog, all Vyavahar Marg is Abhutarth. But Charnanuyog will give importance to that Abhutarth Marg. Do this, don't do this. Do this, don't do this. Okay. So then they'll talk of puja, prabhavna, dhyan, and all these things. Then in Charnanuyog, no, they will talk about Tivra Kashai and Manda Kashai. For example, somebody is not what to say, taking to the Jain way of life of vegetarianism and all that. Then we'll say, tu kutta ban jayega, tu nigod mein chala jayega, tu narak mein chala jayega. So that means they are scaring you. So bhay utpan karate hain, so that you give up the greater sin. You take the lesser sin, but you give up the greater sin. Now in Jainism, the greatest sin is of mithyatva, which is the root cause of nigod. Even Sat Vyasan ka sin is not sin when compared to mithyatva. So first of all, they want you to give up mithyatva and then give up the bigger sins, and then, okay, smaller sin, dheere dheere dekh lenge. You understand the style of Charnanuyog? Then sometimes they will say, yeah, if you take to this path, you will go to Narak. If you take to Panchendriya ka Vad, you will go to Narak. So, oh, I don't want to go to Narak, so let me be careful. So fear aaya. But fear is bhay mohaniya karam. Aapko moh kara rahe, moh bhay kara rahe. So that you give up the gross sins, and then the subtle sins can be taken care of. Okay, like that you have to understand the style. Now they are giving one more example, page number 281. Fever is of 2 types, Shita fever and Shitang and Jwar. Like I told you, no, there was one Mamaji of mine and we lost the Mamiji. So my Mamaji would always say, Thanda bukhar hai. And he lived without my Mamiji for 10 years. And he was in Thanda bukhar only. That means what? He was in depression. All the while, 75 plus old people, my Mamiji never, my Mamaji never did any work. Always my Mamiji only did everything. And she would always be worried that what will happen to him after I die. He can't tolerate anybody, nobody can tolerate him. He's so much of irritating nature. And it so happened that she went to the temple, and in the temple itself, she died. She just left off. And now this Mamaji was with the children and grandchildren, and literally they kept him in a secluded place because he was not knowing how to interact with people. For everything he'll say, hey, hey, and he would ill-treat everybody. He was his own enemy rather. How much can anybody tolerate if we are not correct? There's a limitation for everything. And his children were not Shravan Kumar. So what happened? Whenever we asked him, he would say, "Thanda bukhar hai, tere mami ji chhod ke chale gaye. Never he was happy. Never he would praise anybody. Never he would acknowledge anybody's role in life." You understand what I'm trying to say? So he was having the temperature, which was not that can be measured through the thermometer. But he was in a state of shock and depression and negativity and all. My own Mamaji, my own Mama. And my Mamiji, oh my God, how much of hard work she would do and worship up and so much she would do. At the age of 60, she learned Pratikrama. In a day, 4 times she would go to the Upashray, give Agya to Sadhu Bhagwan, Guru Bhagwan, call them for Bhiksha, do all the housework, everything. See 2 different characters living under one roof. One always helping, ever hurting, never. And the other one always hurting his own self and in the process hurting others also. You understand? So all kinds of mentalities, people are there. Vichitrata, karma ka cycle is so treacherous, So in my maternal uncle's house, my Nanaji, Naniji, 3 Mamaji, 3 Mamiji, 8 characters trying to do dharam in 8 different ways. And I seeing everything, I got so much, and my dadi doing in different way. So overdose of looking at things, observing things and not being judgmental about them, but being careful, not falling trap to any of these. So there was Madhukar Muni, there was Jaimalji, there was Terapanthi, Ladnu, and there was Jaimalji. Everything I've seen from childhood. नहीं दिखा तो एक दिगंबर का नहीं दिखा था, वो यूनिवर्सिटी आके दिख गया. श्रीमद भी दिख गए, सब दिख गया, अभी कुछ नहीं देखना पड़ा. Okay, coming back. So what I'm trying to say is 2 types of fever, Shitang and Jwar. So now this Jwar, no, what to say? Your temperature is more than 105, very less chances of reviving. Okay. And here what they're saying, both are fever, but both the qualities are different. So likewise, what they're telling is, first they will tell you to कि first आप आपका temperature कम करो, ज्वर, fever कम करो, ये जो ठंडा बुखार है ना, ये बाद में देख लें. So likewise, पहले पाप अशुभ उपयोग बंद करो, शुभ उपयोग को बाद में देख लें. That doesn't mean that this is not fever. This is also an abnormal state. Punya. Pap is abnormal. Punya is also abnormal. But when compared to Pap, Punya is tolerable. That doesn't mean that eternally it can be tolerated. No. Understood the example, children? Understood the example what Panditji is given? You know? So like that, they will be giving lot of Charnanuyog mein पाप को छुड़ाने के लिए, and many examples will be false also. For example, they'll be giving the description of Indrapuri. And when you do punya, you will get this devlok, there it will be like this. So that can be some imagination of some author. It may not be exactly as it is, but that does not amount to untruth in Charnanuyog. Clear? So they'll be giving the description of cities and places and things that doesn't amount to untruth. Okay, next one. Then they'll be talking about Anuvrat. Anuvrat के त्रस हिंसा का त्याग है. स्त्री सेवन आदि क्रियाओं में त्रस हिंसा होती है. ठीक है, और उसके त्रस हिंसा का त्याग है. But he will not be called as a hinsak. Huh? If you're careful while driving your vehicle and some animal dies under your vehicle, so Charnanuyog will say paap laga, but they won't call you papi. But Karnanuyog will say, yes, this much of paap has happened, you are a papi to this degree. And Dravyanuyog will say, even though you have done the paap, eternally you were a Shuddha. That time also you were Gyayakut. You understood, dear? Understood or not?
No, ma'am, I have a question. In Karnanu Yoga, why would it say that you are a papi?
Because you have done the sin of killing an animal. तो उतना कर्म का बंधन आपको होगा ही.
But it was unintentional.
हाँ, so when unintentionally you eat mirchi, मुंह नहीं जलेगा.
Okay.
Unintentionally somebody is murdered and he'll say, I never knew that when you murder you get this sin. I was ignorant, so don't punish me. But law will take its course. Whether you're aware or not, intentionally or unintentionally, fruit milega, but the degrees will be different.
But why the difference in interpretation in all the three Anuyogas?
That is how complex things are in reality. Because of the complexities, subtleties, you have to look at it from different angles. The same activity, Dravyanuyog will say no sin has happened. Charnanuyog will say yes, sin hua hai. Karnanuyog will say pardonable. Charnanuyog will say pardonable sin. Karnanuyog will say no pardon. Jitna kiya utna phal milega. किसने कहा? प्रथमानुयोग भगवान ने कहा. Understood?
Sure, thanks.
बोलो बोलो कोई एक दो क्वेश्चन पूछ लो, मैं पानी पी ले.
Ma'am, I have a question. On page 280, the second paragraph, which is talking about if somebody is in the habit or in the practice of constructing temples or being in those kind of activities, he's requested or he is allowed to continue with that practice. So in today's context, when we see that so much of similar activities like constructing temples, dancing in the temples, and doing all those kind of activities happening, so where does one stand in the viewpoint of whatever is happening? Is it acceptable? Is it avoidable? Is it somebody needs to be mindful of that? How would one interpret such situation?
I think I get your question. I will give you another example that my mother and I discussed today. She was telling, my mother has 10 mamajis. Okay, and that mamaji, 10 mamaji ke father is my mother's nanaji, who left so much of wealth that all the 10 brothers never earned anything. Itna jameen, jaidad, sab kuch tha. These 10 brothers never went to earn anything. They were temple ke trustees. They would help the temple work and everything and enjoy whatever is there, and they were happy about it. Now the next third generation is going out and now they are on their business and working and all that. So this last mamaji, whom we were very close to, he would always be in Maun. He'll never talk much. He'll always be doing the mala. And he'll always be in the temple doing the accounts and mandir ki vidhi and all these kind of. Even my nani, I've seen her, she'll do 5-6 hours of samai, can always be in doing the mala. That was that culture. So now this mamiji, she was not so religious like the mamaji. Okay, now that mamaji, we lost him some months back, and now this mamiji has got cancer. And she has lost all interest in the little dharam she was doing. She's not interested in doing anything. And the mamaji had cancer and still he was always 24/7 listening to some pravachan of Padam Sagarji and all these activities. Not that Shuddha Upayog wala, I don't know, we are not to be judgmental about it. But he was in Shuddha Upayog only most of the time. Because I had interactions with them and I would ask them questions and they would blink, they would not know about these things. Because even I've learned it only over 20 years. So from childhood, I've been observing them. So now this Mamiji has lost all interest and she's always getting irritated, all these kind of, she's also a cancer survivor and she's there. So now with this example, me and my mummy, we were discussing, I told her about the 2 sentences. If you want, you can write down. I think your answer is there in these 2 sentences. Gati anusar mati ya mati anusar gati. Now, if the mamaji's gati is to go to a higher place, his mati will guide him in the right way in this life. If he is destined to go to Devalok, then his mati will be in Shubh Upyog. If now Mamiji is destined to go to a lower gati, then Ashubh Upyog only mati will be working for her. So I told Mummy, whatever may be the case, both are Gyan Swabhav Atma. Because of their karma, their attitude, their orientation, they are having these kind of kashai and emotions and everything. So what do we learn from this? That this bhav, if we lose, either of these bhavs we will get, and we will be stuck up in sansar. So this is how I was communicating to my mother, who is now 75 plus. So what seva I can do to her is just help her to understand her pure soul. So I think your question is answered.
Partly, ma'am. The reason why I asked this question is because if somebody who is not aware of the previous chapters of this Moksha Marg Prakashak and just focuses on this particular paragraph, he can then, like whatever is happening in the current scenario, where as a community, we are spending so much of money in all these temple activities or similar activities that the younger generation is asking us, is this really the Jainism we are talking about? Are we wasting money into such activities which bring nothing to anyone? Wouldn't you want to use the same money to construct hospitals or do some charity sort of work? So if this paragraph is read, then the guy will say that, but the Jinwani is telling me that if I'm interested in temple construction, I should focus on that. So that becomes like an argumentative question here.
Yeah.
So my focus was on that. Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry, I just deviated from your question. See, this is an eternal question and it will always be there.
Right.
But if temples are there means there is chance, not chance, temples are meant for Swadhyay. Temples are replica of Samavasharan.
Yeah.
And the Swadhyay happening there is replica of the Divya Dhwani. Okay. So with that attitude, if you build temples and if you have it, good. Otherwise, you're not taking care of the temples that are going in ruins, and you're building new temples and you're attracting undue attention from people, and then you're doing all the adambar, and then we will be at the receiving end.
Yeah.
Again, these temples will fall in the hands of antisocial people and they will convert it into Hindu temples and mosques, and all these kind of things will happen.
Yeah.
Okay. That is how our temple heritage, which is there since so many years, and all these in ruins, no? Now for this, Panditji gave an example that where the Upadan is weak, Upadan means the people who have a very weak understanding, there the nimit of temple is of no use.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And those nimit also will be destroyed eventually. Like for example, in Pakistan, there were a lot of Jains. You will read Rahasya Purna Chitti. So usme Multan ke Shravak, Multan is in Pakistan. So the Upadan were there, so temples were there. Now once these Upadan left the place, the nimit also got destroyed.
Right.
So we have to work on both nimit and Upadan.
Right.
So if you build a temple, if you build a hospital or a school, it is good. So let there be a temple with every hospital and school, and let there be a hospital and school with every temple.
Right.
That way, humanity, divinity, spirituality, all the three are attended.
Yeah.
That is how I look at things.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am, just, I'm sorry if I could just take a couple of minutes on the same thing that Saurabhji mentioned, in fact, coincidentally, I just had that discussion with my son, this morning, and he just mentioned, the same thing. Why are we spending so much? Like the temple that was built in Vileparla in Mumbai, they spent about close to 80 to 90 crores. Next year, there is a Bahubali statue that is being set up in Songad. Where they're talking about setting up, that the spend is going to be close to 125, 150 crores. Now, do we really need so much of an expenditure, and how much is enough?
See, I'll tell you one thing, my example. See, I come from a Sthanakvasi background. I don't know anything related to Dravya Puja. But I like going to temple and watching, not watching, observing and learning. That is my take. But I don't go there and do any Dravya Puja. But Digambars are all Murti Pujak. Shwetambar mein Murti Pujak are Murti Pujak, except the Sthanakvasis and Therapuntis. So I have limitations to address this question that for a Digambar, staunch Digambar, Dravya Puja, Bhav Puja both go hand in hand. So they will say a different answer that yes, we need temples, we should do it. But I will say first safeguard or protect the old heritage. And if you have a temple, you should have Swadhyay Shala, Pathshala, then you do it, otherwise no. So you have to sit with your child and you have to help him to look at it from different angles. That this is the limitation of, these are the plus and minus, strengths and weaknesses of building a temple. You have to blow hot, blow cold, brainstorm and help him to understand the whole larger picture.
Yeah, no, it becomes a little challenging because today's generation is a little more logical and rationalistic.
It is very challenging. It is very challenging. And see, down the lane, 50 years down the lane, all our children would have gone out. Who is going to be there to do the temple worship, puja? Already in Shwetambar, Murti Puja temples, the pujaris are all Hindus. And now no Jains come there. Eventually, they will convert it into a Hindu temple.
Yeah.
So all our 18 paap karke kamaya hua paisa, we are giving it to the other Samaj.
Yeah. Sure. Thanks.
So without the Swadhyay happening in the temples, temples will go in the hands of others only. And we will get lot of kashai. The karta bhav, I did this temple, I built the temple, my forefathers built it. अरे एक द्रव्य दूसरे द्रव्य का कुछ नहीं करता, ये बेसिक फिलॉसफी समझ में नहीं आई, मिथ्यात्व लेके नीचे चले जाएं. है ना, like that you have to look at it. Okay, now come back. So in Keval Gyan Apeksha, they'll say 12th Gunasthan only, what to say, from the Keval Gyan point of view, true Satya Vachan Yoga happens only in 12th Gunasthan. But in the lower Gunasthan, you will call it as Vachan Yoga. That is Charnanu Yoga. Karnanu Yoga will say no 12th only. Likewise, Brahmacharya happens only in, what to say, Dasve Gunasthan ke upar. From the Veda Mohaniya Karma when it is gone, 10th Gunasthan. But in the lower Gunasthan, we call them Brahmachari. That is Charnanu Yoga. That is Dravya Karnanu Yoga. Understood? Like that, you will see the differences. Okay. Chalo. Next, they are telling ki somebody has given up Tras Hinsa. So we will call him Hinsa ka Tyagi. But even though subtle Hinsa is happening for him. है ना, सूक्ष्म रूप में हिंसा हो रही है, but we will call him अहिंसक. In the same way, अविरति भी योग कषाय में गर्भित है. चरणानु योग में त्याग का अभाव, असही का नाम अविरति है, उसही का नाम अविरति है. So avirati means giving up all the activities. Avirati, if you want, break this word. Rati, virati, avirati. Write down. Rati means engrossment. In material things is called Rati. You have Rati, Kamdev and all that. Engrossment in mobile, TV, pleasures, everything is Rati. And not engrossing in material things is called Virati. Sayyam, Diksha, renunciation, Virati. Now, Avirati is again the opposite of Virati. Not taking two vows. So, Avirati begins from 5th Gunasthan, partial Avirati. And complete Avirati, 6th Gunasthan. But complete Avirati, the real one happens in the 12th Gunasthan. Yoga, Kashai sab nivritt ho jate hain. That is the Karnanuyog point. Charnanuyog में 6th गुणस्थान से अविरति बोलेंगे. So all these kind of things are there. ठीक है?
Wouldn't it be the other way around?
हाँ.
Wouldn't it be the other way around? From 6th Gunasthana, we'll say Virati.
हाँ. 6th Gunasthan is Virati.
Yeah.
6th Gunasthan is Virati, but complete Virati happens in 12th Gunasthan. Avirati is
Okay.
done with. Avirati is done with.
Okay.
Okay. So, but here different techniques. So, यहाँ पे द्रव्यलिंग, भावलिंग, somebody is very rich, somebody धनवान है, तो हम उसको बड़ा जान करके we respect him. But if he's not having सम्यक्त्व, so व्यवहार में he is ऊंचा, but real में he is not ऊंचा. Somebody is building temple, somebody is taking diksha. Vyavahar dharma is very high. Muni, Dravyaling, Muni, etc. But Karnanuyog angle, he is not high. Like that, you have to look at things. So, Jeev bahut upvas adi kare, to we'll call him tapasvi. Bahut dhyan, adhyan kar raha hai, he's studying swadhyay. We'll call him utkrish tapasvi. But in Charnanuyog angle, only if he's taking to the fasting, etc., he'll be called as tapas. He's doing swadhyay, param tap, he won't be called tapasvi. Karnanuyog, Dravyanuyog angle, you'll call him tapasvi. Charnanuyog angle, to only when you're fasting for days together, you're utkrishta tapas. So that is the difference. Okay, so that's all about this part of the lesson. Class is over. Any questions, any doubts, you can ask, you can read. Otherwise, next class, all of you will do the Gandhar from the remaining pages of this lesson. I'm not going to teach this lesson. Only after you teach, I will give my comments. Okay, and 4 people have to teach in the next class compulsorily, otherwise no class.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am. Shall I say something, ma'am?
Bolo, bolo, bolo.
Ma'am, you have cleared my doubts. Whatever Saurabhji and Parasji asked about building hospitals and instead of building temples, I had this doubt for a very long time. But today, in today's lesson, you have cleared that doubt. Hospitals are to cure the diseases of the body. The temples are meant to cure the diseases of the soul. What is higher? What body or the soul? Soul is higher. When we intend to have treatment centers for the body, why can't we have treatment centers for the soul? As you rightly mentioned, the purpose needs to be there. So that clears my doubts. That's really enthusiastic moment for me. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, dear. Thank you for your feedback. Love you.
Ma'am, I would like to say that my take from today was there was when I was listening to that Friday lecture of yours itself, this came up to me as to what was where was the bhav really sitting in, and the 4 steps that you gave me was my take from today's class. So if applied that into Karnanuyog and Charnanuyog, that makes it more understandable how to apply that Charnanuyog.
What 4
Thank you,
steps are you talking about?
The sleeping state, waking state,
Yes.
Yeah.
The reference of this is in the Upanishads, and there is a beautiful video on it. So if possible, I'll try to send it. You just ask for it. Otherwise,
sure. Okay.
And this lecture was given by a Swamiji at IIT, where he talks about these 4 states.
Right. Because I think that like when I did my Vipassana training, I got a gist of what you told us today. But somewhere that doubt still was seeding there as to if I am, like often you say that just by saying that I am Shuddha Atma and I should not be involving myself into wrongful activities and saying I am not the doer of it. So that is more of a conscious state of mind. But then if that is the case, then the challenge for me is to when can I say that I am a Shuddha Atma, at the same time not do something wrong. So that has to be sitting somewhere inside, and which was where I was not able to direct myself. So this is a very good way of understanding it now.
Good. Keep applying.
Thank
Keep applying. That is more important.
Yeah.
Okay. To
Thank
the
you.
Jinvani Stuti. Hey Jinvani Bharati, Tohe Japu Din Rain, Jo Teri Sharna Gahe, So Pave Sukh Chain. जावाणी के ज्ञान में सूझे लो कालो, सोवाणी मस्तक नमो सदा देत हूँ धूप. Jai Jinendra people. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Jai Jinendra. Thank you, ma'am.
Jai
Thank you,
Jinendra.
ma'am.
Mata
Thank you.
Rakha, Mata Rakha.
Jai Jinendra.